think flying cars, because they've started to engineer them now, and so in about 50 years, I think quite a lot of people will be like warming up to the idea.
And we'll probably need flying cars considering we have no fuel.
Yeah.
And I say that there isn't going to be anything here in 50 years' time because we'll have no fuel and no power, and there just won't be an exhibition.
No, but when we start running out of fuel, people are going to start thinking, okay, we need to have solar panels. We need to have.
We're already running out of fuel.
No, but when the fuel goes, okay, you're going to have a bit of a panic. But then we're like, okay, we've got nuclear power. We can refer to that, and then people start believing in it and stop being scared of it.
If they can't do nuclear power.
You can do nuclear power. Just people are scared of it.
I suppose.
So I think we will be here, and then the flying cars, because they're so high up, they'll get more solar power, and that's how they stay alive.
Yeah, they won't be that high up.
They'll be quite high up. They'll be quite
all the way up in there, like here.
No, but they'll be quite high up, so they'll be closer to the sun than now the ground.
They'll just have it a few millimetres off the ground, so there's no friction.
No, I don't think they'll just have it a few millimetres off the ground. I mean, so many people are driving cars right now. There'll be even more then.
No, because they'll get rid of cars and replace them with flying cars.
Yeah, and then more people buy flying cars so they can drive places, and then there'll be layers of people, like in Doctor Who.
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Well, that's because you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Faster, more advanced technology.
Yeah, we think it's going to be quite similar, but everything's going to be that bit smaller, that bit faster. Like the robots will just be more advanced, and because they're still going to be concerned with healthcare and bettering people's lives, because that's kind of what technology is for. They'll just be better at it.
As well, I think there are people who like toys, like gadgets. Like,
yeah, lots of gadgets.
Lots of gadgets, like smaller phones, like faster internet phones, faster application.
People with prosthetic arms and legs and things like that. Biologically enhanced hearts so they can move faster and things like that. Then the car that runs on solar energy. Then hopefully, what do you call them? Like something that can replace a doctor. Instead of having doctors, you just have machines operating on people. Yeah, that's basically it.
I think one of the most exciting things that's happened over the past 10 years is our understanding of genetics and being able to map the genome of individuals and species and even ecosystems. We can go out, we can collect a bit of water from the ocean, and with a great deal of hard work we can actually create a genome of that, understand the bacteria, the algae, and all of the different biogeochemical pathways that they can conduct. All of the processes going on in that from a single water sample. And what we're going to be doing in 20 years is we're going to be able to do that for maybe 1,000, maybe even 100 pounds for a single analysis. In 50 years, I'm thinking we're going to be able to do this for an incredibly cheap amount of money, and we're going to be able to, people will be able to walk in, they'll be able to leave a sample of their blood or a tissue sample, and we'll be able to sequence their genome quickly, maybe even on the day, and we'll be able to do it for a cheap amount of money. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to take all that information, whether it's a bit of water, so the genome of an ecosystem, or the genome of a person, or the genome of an animal, and we'll be able to put that all together, and we will learn incredible, fascinating things about genetics, about human genealogy, about our relationship with other animals and plants on the earth, and about how ecosystems function.
Well, I suppose the dream of chemists is to be able to look at molecules. So hopefully to be able to see molecules in materials directly, so some sort of almost some super powerful sort of microscope. And I suppose the real dream for, say, biochemists would be able to look at some sort of subcellular level to actually see biochemical reactions actually happening. That's got to be the real excitement. That has to be the thing that one would hope to see. 40 years time, we've got to be getting there, if not beyond there. Computers are going to be so much more powerful. Currently you can sort of look at those things now by NMR machines and recreate them with modelling, but I'm sure the facilities would be available to be able to look at those sorts of things directly. These really powerful sort of spectroscopic tools, but really down at the subcellular level.
Well, you'll get to travel to the moon in a first-class spaceship, so it's more relaxing and more comfortable, and so scientists would have discovered how to travel to the moon in first-class spaceships. Travel to different planets that you're not normally allowed to travel to now?
Maybe someone would have brought a nice big rock of Mars back or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's the...
and showing alien fossils that are in it or something like that. Or not. But
maybe
it's a possibility.
On a biological side, a cure for, like, a universal cure for cancer, possibly. Well, we have 3D television now, so maybe they'll take that to the next step by then. Maybe
4D?
4D, yeah, I don't know. Smell-o-vision. You get wet when there's water on the senses. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not feeling very imaginative here.
I think there might be robots, a lot more robot interaction. For example, they'll be doing surgery maybe in the future for the medical world.
I'm hoping also there'll be like drugs that will stop your hair going grey. That'll be good.
And they might have discovered life on other planets, for example Mars, and there'll be more people going to other
space.
planets. Yeah.
I think 2050 we'll be looking at seeing all the amazing developments that will have come out of the LHC by now. By then, there's huge developments in computing with grid computing that will have come out. There will be huge amounts of particle physics that will come out that I don't think we'll recognise the field in 50 years. Hopefully have the Higgs by then, and so on. It'll be a whole new kettle of fish. New developments in imaging and so on. Say a bit about the grid computer.
Yeah, I'm sure that by 2050, the whole computer systems around the world are going to change with like the grids and grid computing, where all computers in the world will be connected and sharing their memory and processing power to work together like one large supercomputer.
Space travel as well is becoming more available to the masses.
Space tourism.
Space tourism, yeah. Space commuting.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Well, I think that as sort of robotics develop, artificial intelligence will develop more, so we could essentially have a robot that, if put into a room with like a maze, could work its way out with no specific input and could learn its way through. So if you put it in again, it would go faster because it would know its way out. And AI, as we know, will develop into what's closer to AI the film and Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics and such like that.
Well, I think the future for science would be in robotics, because there's a lot of research going into that, and already in medicine there's a lot of robotics going on. And I think in the future they'd probably have robots to do your housework and perhaps computerize everything. So you just press a button and the robots would do everything for you. I also think there's a lot of research going into space and what's there outside of our planet. And probably in the future people will be able to discover new things that might prove or disprove laws that we already have, and so revolutionize science.
Lots of robots. Lots of them. They do everything.
I think possibly it will be projects related to problems in aging, problems relating to the deterioration of the world environment due to various factors, the rape of the planet, if you like. I think many of the physical problems we now face will have been solved. At least, I hope so. In fact, I rather hope they've found heavy matter.